What is up? Hello, my name is Mr. Regular, and man, this deck is sauce, dude. This deck is sauce. It's a Hydreigon list, and I don't normally play Hydreigon, but this was introduced to me by a very well-respected player called Eisen. Shout out Eisen, you're a goat. And it includes one special piece, and we're about to drop it on the board. This is a tactical nuclear weapon, that thing. Tied in with the Poison Barb, you're doing insane numbers. It changes everything about this deck. It changes so many numbers. Like, you'll see in a few games how people don't really know how much damage it does. I'll tell you how much damage it does. It's very significant. For Hydreigon, you can reach numbers up to 170 damage, which is a one-shot KO on a Mega Absol. It's another one-shot KO on a Greninja EX, which, spoiler alert, it happens this game. No, it actually doesn't. I'm lying. But it's pretty close. I'm not going to give away what happens in the game. But I recorded a bunch of games just to kind of demonstrate how just these two tech items totally change everything. I went on an absolute tear yesterday. I climbed like 200 points in a couple of hours, man. And before we move on, I just want to say this isn't a strictly Hydreigon deck. This is very similar to the Crobat list. If you ever played the Crobat list that I shared the last format, very popular deck, one of my favorites for the season, but it wasn't a Crobat list so much as a poison deck. It was a Nihilego deck. Now, this is also a Nihilego deck because the Nihilego barb changes absolutely everything, as I said. But yes, of course, like that 130 damage that Hydreigon gives is definitely a core part of the deck. Very much so how Crobat was. But it's the same principles, really. It's like you're putting a stage 2 with a Poison Barb and a Nihilego, and just the damage numbers are incredible. 170. So if you're asking, like, how do we do 170? So, say for example, this guy evolves into a Greninja EX. He has to attack into the Barb, which will immediately give him poison, which will tick for 20 damage because of Nihilego. He'll drop down to 150. We hit him for 130. And then it ticks over again. The poison damage ticks again for another 20. That's 170 damage altogether. So they are cooked. They do try to do some shenanigans. That was difficult to say. With the old Cyrus to Ndidi, but I know they got 2 cards left. So very unlikely that they got both Cyruses. I know they run 2 Cyruses, but yeah, man, this game is just over, and they are coping. I didn't choose to heal the Ndidi. You can just heal Hydreigon and just make sure that he's topped up. Because if we do get hit in the face by a Greninja EX, we want to be able to survive the 120 damage. And so this is how we do it. Other cards. Sabrina. Now, there's other, like, experimentations going on with, like, maybe Mars, hand rip, that kind of thing. I just like Sabrina, man. Sabrina closes a lot of games, especially in Hydreigon games, especially in Altaria games, and in Suicune games, actually. Another popular deck right now, or at least where I am in ranked, which is like roughly around top 200. There's a lot of Darkrai Absol, Greninja, and yeah, this deck dumps on that. Dumps on it. We can one-hit KO Absol if you set up everything correctly. So yeah, GG. So yeah, I really recommend this deck. Right now, at least. Something I noticed when I posted my Altaria deck on day 1, like, I got a comment like 2 days later, someone saying, so many Oricorias on the ladder. And I was like, yes, the meta changes, dude. Like, day 1 is not the same as day 3. Like, day 1, no one was playing Oricoria because Hydreigon was so popular. Now people are playing Oricoria with a positive matchup because, well, not even now, who knows? Right now, today, this is the list that you can play today. And climb fast. So yeah, like just having the Nihilego and Poison Barb is just, there's just so much control you end up having. Like this guy is got the 2 capes. I don't really like the 2 capes anymore, especially into the meta that we're playing. I don't think it particularly changes much. It does change quite a bit in this matchup, like coincidentally, but I think for the most part, it doesn't really change much. Maybe into the mirror. I think we're just sacking the Dino. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing these names incorrectly. Forgive me. A small decision here on where we need to place our energy. We've got the Hydreigon in hand, so it's like this can power up and attack next turn. We could put the energy on the Absol, make sure that that's activated, so that's and it's not at risk. Like, so even if we get tagged by this Absol, it's not at risk of being one-shot KO by the Hydreigon, because they would need to Cyrus it and Geo. They didn't have that. They didn't have any Rocky helmets either, because they just used these giant capes. So I expected them to do that also, which is fine. We can lose a point. It's not an issue. Here's an interesting spot, right? It's actually a very interesting spot. Like, oh yeah, double barb is where the magic happens. Double barb with a Nihilego on board. Like, yes. They are checkmated and they don't even know. Now here's the spot. It's like, okay, if we attack, this guy just comes in, or they just return KO with the Hydreigon. So it's like, oh, what do we do here? So we Sabrina, they're obviously going to put in, either if they give us the Ndidi, great. If they give us they're not going to give us the Hydreigon. If they give us the Absol, which I'm also hoping, then we've got a win condition with just Cyrus. All we need to do is find our Cyrus in the deck. Smack him for 130. And now this guy cannot put this guy in active. So he can't return KO. Now I'm forcing his Hydreigon up. And if his Hydreigon attacks, doesn't matter how much heal he has from Ndidi, my Poison and Nihilego is going to tick for 40 damage on both turns. So my Absol hits for 120. Essentially hits for 120 every hit. Which is crazy for an Absol. Do you know how hard it is to get Absol to 120? And like, say for example, the Dark Greninja, you have to have a Greninja, you have to have a Darkrai. 2 energies on the Absol to be able to ping with Darkrai. It's a lot. Now this guy's doing it with just 2 cards with 2 energy. So yeah, like you'll see here, this guy's not safe. Like, even if he went up to, yeah, I see what he's trying to do, but we do 120. We've set this board up so well now, it's like they can't do anything. This guy's just in the copium line. How crazy with that copycat, by the way. It's not like we didn't have the checkmate in hand already, but this kind of seals the deal, doesn't it? Forces the Absol to attack us. He can heal for the extra 20, but he's going to take 20 immediately from the poison because of the Poison Barb, and it's 20 because it's the Nihilego. And if I attack him, it's going to be another 20. Yeah, so it's like, you are cooked, bruh. Yeah, even if you moved in with Hydreigon, it's still, the poison damage still ticks. Like there's no, maybe with the cape actually he would have been able to survive, but he already used his capes. Doesn't matter, because we just move in. There goes the poison damage. We hit him again. Does 80 plus another 20 because of the poison damage, and he just gets KO'd. think he realized it. It's like, oh, my maths wasn't mathing. That's something you kind of need to keep in mind. So here's a mistake that I want to share, like a lesson that I found that I feel as though like could be imparting knowledge before you run off and play this deck. But it's where you place your Poison Barb, especially against like thinking players. This is like something that I made a mistake in doing. Like I'm deciding on where to place my Poison Barb. Like if you look at the board, the Darkrai is ready to attack, right? So all we need to do is KO this Darkrai. So where should the Poison Barb go? The answer, I'll give you a second to figure it out. Where would you put the Poison Barb? There? The answer is on the Ndidi. I'll just 5x speed this. They ping, they Cyrus, they hit, they KO. Now, if my Ndidi had a Poison Barb, he would have ticked. He would have been on 120 HP. And my Hydreigon would have been able to KO. But now this way, because he's got Greninja, let's get return KO. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys. Have fun with this deck. Be careful on where you put your Poison Barbs. And we'll see you guys soon. Good luck out there. Cheers.